Most people view debt as a simple binary. You either owe money or you don't. But tracking how capital cascades through the global financial network reveals a different reality. Debt operates on a highly programmatic 10-level hierarchy. Level 1 is the cash-only baseline. You carry 0 active credit lines and owe nothing to anyone. While this feels like ultimate financial independence, the macroeconomic reality is that a cash-only existence keeps your engine small. Without establishing credit, you are structurally barred from the leverage required to scale. The moment cash flow tightens, millions drop into the extraction zone, levels 2 and 3. This is where high-friction credit meets immediate need. Whether it's a payday loan or a buy now, pay later scheme, the cost of being broke on a Thursday is often a 40% interest penalty for missing a single payment window. This diagram tracks the specific math of revolving credit card debt. The bank covers your monthly footprint up front, but the moment you fail to clear the balance, the mechanism switches into an extraction routine. Your active salary is siphoned off by compounding interest nodes before it can ever reach your savings vault. The average American entering their 30s carries roughly $6,000 to $8,000 in revolving plastic debt. At that volume, your daily labor no longer builds your net worth. Instead, your active income becomes a perpetual yield source for an institutional lender. These bottom levels are meticulously engineered behavioral traps. They capitalize on short-term cash deficits to extract an operator's future time and liquidity. Level 4 shifts the focus from short-term survival to long-term status. This is the realm of automotive financing and luxury furniture. This level contains a massive operational flaw. You are borrowing institutional capital to acquire an asset that violently drops in value the moment you leave the lot. This creates a fixed monthly cash outflow for the next 3 to 7 years. That financial anchor strips away your ability to take career risks, exit a bad job, or deploy capital into an independent business. Financing lifestyle goods caps your upward mobility. It converts an aspiring consumer into a predictable, static revenue stream for corporate lenders. As credit capacity pushes into the 6-figure range, the system rebrands debt as an investment. The target moves away from consumer plastics and focuses on career futures and physical property. Level 5 consists of the student loan credit block. We routinely issue 6-figure loans to 18-year-olds with zero understanding of macroeconomics. Today, over 44 million Americans are locked inside a $1.7 trillion deficit, a figure larger than the entire GDP of Australia. This timeline tracks the 20-year amortization drag of an average degree. The massive debt block drags down the line, pushing vital milestones like launching a business or acquiring real estate decades into the future. Level 6 is the residential mortgage, the largest financial transaction most people ever execute. Despite the marketing, a mortgage converts the buyer into a long-term tenant, with a banking institution acting as the ultimate landlord. This structure leaves the borrower exposed. Localized real estate drops, interest rate hikes, or a sudden job loss can trigger a foreclosure. You do not actually own the property until the terminal cash settlement is cleared.
In the good debt system, the middle class shoulders the macroeconomic risk, while banking institutions hold the ultimate equity and power. Everything changes at level 7. With business loans, debt transforms from a personal weight into an aggressive ladder. At this threshold, you are raising capital based on your potential to scale, not your past savings. Level 8 uses debt for leveraged investments. In this arbitrage matrix, a professional operator pledges $1 million in collateral to unlock a $3 million credit line at a flat 4% interest rate. They deploy the total $4 million into a 10% yield placement. That generates $400,000. After subtracting the $120,000 in interest, the operator walks away with $280,000 in profit, nearly tripling their baseline return through structural leverage. However, leverage is an absolute multiplier. A mere 10% market drop triggers a $400,000 liquidation crisis, while the core bank liability remains entirely non-negotiable. Level 9 involves corporate debt. Multinational giants issue billion-dollar bonds to fund research and secure market monopolies long before their operations ever turn a profit. The hierarchy is divided by purpose. The bottom 6 levels borrow to consume depreciating lifestyle goods,
The top levels borrow exclusively to scale revenue-generating systems and acquire time. At the absolute apex sits level 10, systemic sovereign debt. At this altitude, debt acts as the gravity that runs the global economy. The United States currently commands a national debt exceeding $34 trillion. That represents over $100,000 in structural liability for every individual citizen. Sovereign governments never intend to clear their total liabilities. This macro loop shows a deficit leading to bond issuance, which is immediately absorbed by a central bank with the authority to print currency and manipulate interest rates. This continuous expansion has a direct downstream consequence. It prints away the real-world purchasing power of stagnant consumer checking accounts through structural inflation. Sovereign debt functions as a mechanism of absolute systemic control, silently taxing the 9 levels of the pyramid trapped beneath it. Every debt instrument you sign is a temporal tool, a loan extracted straight from your future self, hoping your future system is robust enough to clean up the mess. To navigate this, you need a tactical roadmap. This split-path framework is governed by the $100,000 liquid threshold rule. If your liquid capital is under that threshold, you enter the South Korea phase. You must stop acting like a consumer. Instead of borrowing for lifestyle inflation, trade your uncompensated hours to master high-income technical skills. If you command over $100,000 in liquidity, you execute the Norway model. Defend your lifestyle margins and automate your excess capital into low-cost index funds to let time execute the compounding equation. Secure your coordinates on the grid. Declare your current stage in the comments using the hashtag #future to signal your intent to lock in your systems, and hit subscribe to join our squad. Building an exponential asset machine to buy back your autonomy ends the cycle of the system borrowing from your future.